Hey, today I'm going to answer one of your questions. What is one of the top benefits of homeschooling? Well, I can answer for myself. I'm the oldest in our family of 13 sons, one daughter. And for me, I think probably my favorite feature, or at least in the top one or two or three, would be field trips. We did so many field trips growing up, all the way from when I was 5 years old as a kindergartner. We'd go to the science center, we'd go to historical sites. One of my favorite spots that will always be close to my heart is the St. Louis Zoo. It's a beautiful location. It's larger than Central Park. It has a lot of history going back to the St. Louis World's Fair over 100, I guess about 120 years ago. And we did a whole TV episode back when we were doing the FamTeam series quite a few years ago. So you're going to see everybody younger in this episode we're showing. There's some really funny moments with Peter, who's the second youngest. And then the very youngest, David, you'll see his quest to meet this catfish. There's a catfish called Big Daddy. David was trying to see him again, but there were some curveballs along the way. You'll see that toward the end. I'll come back at the very end and I'll talk to you about Big Daddy, the catfish, and another catfish story. So stick around.
Guys ready to go to the zoo?
Yep.
Mom and I are headed over to St. Louis to the zoo on this almost a fall-like day in spring, 60 degrees, cloudy. I'll be driving the van with Mom and the youngest 7, and Luke and maybe somebody else will be in another car. That way, if Luke and I have to come back and do work here, we could leave a little bit early. We might wind up staying, getting caught up in it and staying the whole time.
I think I'd like to see the Mississippi catfish. I haven't seen it yet, but I'd like to see it. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the penguins.
The little guys have collected quite a few stuffed penguins over the years and have named them and do a lot of role playing.
I think there are 5 main penguins.
They all have their personalities and voices.
See, this is Louie. Poco, he's the second youngest. I Poco. This is Benji. Yeah, I Benji. This is Frederick. I Fork. And Pinky, he's the oldest. He's even older than Frederick. Yeah, I Pinky.
Evidently, a couple of years ago during a zoo visit, Peter saw a giraffe.
I think I got mixed up with giraffes and zebras.
Guys, what are those?
A zebra and an ostrich.
A zebra?
Wow.
Yeah.
You sure those are zebras? Are you sure those are zebras?
Yeah, and there's an ostrich.
Are you sure those things with long necks are zebras?
Yellow or white?
Yeah.
Aren't they something
Black
else?
and white?
No.
Aren't the
What are those
zebras the
called?
things with black and white stripes?
That's a giraffe.
Oh, see it goes. Oh, yeah.
So what are those?
Giraffes.
Yeah, giraffes.
It's so easy to get the two mixed up.
I got it mixed up with an 8.
Wow, a tall zebra.
Close. I think they might have close or something. How about
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we'll follow you guys. Alrighty.
For us, this is kind of like our field trips for homeschooling. When the older guys were little, Rick would drop us off anytime in a deposition in St. Louis. He'd drop us off at the zoo or the science center or someplace locally, and we would just enjoy the day while he was working. It was wonderful. And now it's been quite a few years since we've been out here, so the younger guys really haven't had that same experience, so we're trying to get this opportunity and to get them some more time at the zoo. Peter and Dave are especially excited about the penguin area. I'm hoping to see hippopotamuses. I think they're fascinating how big their bellies are. I think it's going to really impress them, and they've never really seen one close up. Oh, there's supposed to be alligators in here, guys. A Chinese alligator. You want to look in there? No, they don't make it easy to find them, of course. If you see something that looks like a log holding still, it might be a log holding still, or it could be an alligator.
I was going to jump at this any second.
Oh, there it is. It's floating in the water on the right, guys. Can you see it?
Oh, I see him.
It's kind of disturbing how much they can hold still and how much you wouldn't notice them. Okay, now where are we? We're there, okay. Well, and this is a reptile house, guys. You want to go there first? Sure. It's going to be scary. Frogs, snakes, alligators.
This is really something. It's very interesting how well these animals are able to blend into their environments.
I don't see it.
We had quite a few instances of looking very closely, trying to find an animal, then finding it was like looking right at us. It was right there, just a foot away.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh, look how many! Look how big this guy is. I think it's called rush hour by the food.
My favorite thing that I've seen so far is probably the giant mountain chicken. I have no idea why that's called the mountain chicken.
Well, actually, the name mountain chicken is derived from the frog's large in size and the fact that it is hunted for food. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, but a lot of things are hunted for food. They're not called chickens. This is a frog. Frogs don't have feathers.
King cobras. Now, do you guys remember what a king cobra does? This is venomous. What does that mean? Anybody know? Venomous?
Venomous is poison.
Poisonous, right. David, Peter.
With a field trip, of course, it's for fun, but it's also educational, part of a school field trip. So Mom's always good at really explaining to the kids what it is we're seeing, and you know, it's a way to learn without kind of knowing you're learning because you're having fun while doing it.
Next, we're on to the big cat country, so we'll see what we encounter there. And then later, I think we're heading over to the primate house. So we might fit in there.
Hey guys, real quickly, I wanted to let you know we just started a brand new FamTeam members only area. It's a chance to get to know us better in the family. There's so many of us now. So many archives, old TV series clips, home videos, things we don't really share with the public. There aren't many people in the members area. So if you guys are interested in getting to know us better, hanging out with us a little more, feel free to click above, check that out, or go down in the description of this video and you'll see a link there.
On to the primate house. If I remember right, that place doesn't smell too good.
It smells very bad. Yeah.
So, Seth,
Yeah.
do you smell something?
Yeah. That's a good thing cameras can't pick up smell.
Yeah. I think Forest Park here in St. Louis is bigger than Central Park in New York City. It's the scene of the 1904 World's Fair, made famous in the movie Meet Me in St. Louis. Some of the original exhibits, such as the birdcage, are still here from 1904. So it's a large, beautiful park, and the zoo is just one part of it. I hear a rumor that they're going to feed penguins at 3:15 or something like that, and we might want to take advantage of it.
Okay, now it's going to get a lot cooler and smell a lot better. Rick, do you remember where that big catfish was? Like what exhibit?
I think it might be way over behind us.
But in what exhibit? What would it have been?
David just told Mom and I that he wants to see a big catfish, and he did a little arm thing. But evidently he's looking forward to seeing a catfish. A few years ago during a trip to the zoo, they saw an enormous catfish that might have been a few feet long. He keeps asking about it, so we'll see what we find.
Okay, now see what you see in here. Oh, there he is laying down on the rock. David, right there, he's moving. Can you believe that you're seeing a real live lion? Well, this is neat to see him moving. Look how big he is. So they call him the king of the cats, the king of the lions, king of the jungle.
He has a den right here.
A den, right? That's the right word for it, a den. Oh, a female lion? Another lion. You see him, David?
Hey, a
Stop.
lioness.
Now it's easy to keep track of the kids because they're not little bitty people where they wander off so much, and they kind of want to be near me. But when they're really little, I've always got the baby tied to my tummy, and the two youngest in strollers, the other ones have to hold on to the stroller because if they let go, I mean, it'd be so easy to lose somebody. We could go about any place we wanted to just by having them have to hold on to the stroller. If they let go, we stop. And we stop going forward, we hold still until everybody holds on. It worked.
The conditions are just really nice for photos. And I thought this would make a good shot. Everybody kind of looking into the lion cage kind of gives the viewer a feeling of looking into the lion cage too. I have to put a little caption with it now. I guess looking at the lions. I think that'll be my caption for FamTeam today.
Isn't that funny how his hair goes? Even the detail around his ear, down the middle of his back. Isn't that interesting? That's a lot of detail, isn't it? You see the detail even on the mane. Look, it's red and made black and white, all the way up the hair. And then down the center. I mean, it's a very detailed animal. Okay, well, you guys want to go up here and see big cat country? Right here. Let's go up this way.
We just saw some lions and some leopards, and I think we're very close to some tigers. This might even be them here. Yep. No, that's a cheetah, or a jaguar rather. I think that's a jaguar.
A jaguar?
Right down there.
Wow.
Just sun tanning.
You know, isn't it always like that? Your underbelly's wider.
Right.
Yeah. I guess he's trying to get that part tan. I was hoping we see Siberian tigers.
There's a tiger a tiger
Oh,
over
good. That's
here.
the one I want to show him.
Across the way.
Wow, they look strong, don't they?
Where is the catfish?
I don't know, honey. I'm thinking it has to be someplace where they've got water, an aquarium, maybe by the penguins. If they still have it, I bet they still do. Tell you what, if we see a person who works here, why don't I ask them, okay? Yeah, the Siberian tigers are so impressive. And David was looking for it, and now he was pretty impressed, I think. Except he's got a catfish on his mind. I told him that the one time we were here, there was an enormous catfish, but I'm not sure where it is. It has to be some water area, some aquarium. I'm not sure where. Maybe the penguin area. So, you know, if we find that, he'll be happy.
It must be his obsession du jour.
Yeah, something, at least for now. At this point, we're way over here on the right of this map, up in Big Cat Country. And then as we continue on, we'll go past the bears, and then we want to get to the penguins. That's the highlight they're looking forward to. And then for me, the very end of it, we'll be hitting the rhinoceros area, the hippopotamus, and I'm just real curious to see what they think of those, because they're such a funny creature. Now, how to fold a map. David, what do you see? An ostrich. He was wondering if we see an ostrich here.
Did he? Oh, good. He gets to see one.
Hey, Peter, look, zebras.
His head is under.
The last time we were here, Peter misidentified the giraffes and said, hey, look, a zebra.
You sure those are zebras? You sure those are zebras?
Yeah, and there's an ostrich.
Now, do you want to tell him for sure which is which?
Yeah, let's review. The animal that is extremely tall and has horns. What is that?
Giraffe.
Giraffe, ding, ding, ding. And the animal that looks like a horse but is striped.
Zebra.
All right.
Now tell him which of those two is a giraffe.
Yes.
It must really be tough when you get a sore throat.
Yeah.
Well, this is a nice angle. Look, guys.
What do we have here? Antelope? It's kind of interesting how the giraffe is just watching the goings on. Howdy, neighbor. How we doing?
Look at that bird.
Yeah,
Look
that's
how
really
long
beautiful.
his beak is. Isn't
Yeah.
that neat?
Yeah, that's really magnificent. I like the shade here, too.
You see how their knees bend backward, David?
What is that?
Some kind of pelican, I guess.
I bet that'd be impressive to see fly away, though.
That's very bright, very pretty.
It is.
Oh, good. Let's see.
What David found? He found a big bird cage, you guys. That's right. Remember what did I tell you that's for?
Evidently, this bird cage was created for the 1904 World's Fair here in St. Louis. So the bird cage is 6 years older than the zoo itself, which was opened in 1910.
David, in particular, is so excited about going through. I think he's temporarily forgotten the catfish.
Tell me if you see any birds in here. Oh, here's some birds up here. Look, in this tree.
It's kind of a neat atmosphere.
Yeah.
There's a real crunchy looking turtle here, guys. I mean, that looks like a roof. Doesn't it? It looks
Yeah.
like those wooden shingles on a roof.
How did the turtle get in here with the birds?
I've never seen a flying turtle before.
He must be popular.
I think that's real.
Wait, do you think that's a fake turtle?
Yeah.
But it's talking about it right here.
Nathan and Seth think that this is a fake turtle. But the bubbles are very regular, so
Yeah, but you breathe regularly.
yeah.
There's a rabbit over there. A fake rabbit over there too.
Fake rabbit.
Let's go see that.
Well, but why would they go to the trouble of making it breathe?
Well, let's go see that.
So,
Like I thought it was real at first, but then I saw the stone rabbit over there, and it kept changing my mind.
okay, so where's
If
this
there's
fake
a
rabbit?
stone rabbit, I think it could be a stone
Where this
turtle.
turtle is?
So I think
Oh, well, yeah, that's a fake rabbit, of course.
it has a hand here and everything, just like the other side.
Well, that does look like a fake rabbit. It
would
does
be.
make me question the authenticity of that turtle. But now I don't know what to believe. I saw a lot of turtles earlier. I assumed they were real.
This is a neat looking bird, though.
Hey, Kayla, do you know why they stand with one leg?
No.
Because if they lifted that up, they'd fall down.
If they lift up the other leg, they fall.
That's what I was taught.
Hey, Mom.
Next time we don't invite Daddy, guys, okay?
Is it really?
Oh, there's some birds walking on this. I guess they're just acting like they're just tourists here.
Been trying to break out. Just
Yeah, watching, just
That's
acting
cool.
casual, just waddle along.
walk out the door.
Okay, guys, if we want to get to the penguin house on time and then to the hippos, we better get moving, okay?
Are you here, train?
Oh, that might. Oh, look, a train's coming. Okay, what color? Oh, a red one.
It scared me.
Everybody wait.
Should we try to go on this train? We could just go to the ride. There's a train station.
If we can get there quick enough. Do you guys want to go on this train? Okay, run up. Go run up with Daddy. Caleb, go here. David and Peter. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome aboard the Zoo Line Railroad. For your safety, please keep your arms, legs, and personal belongings inside of the train, and please remain seated at all times.
Well, we saw where the penguins and the puffins are. I'll remember it's right down the street from this building here.
Do you happen to know if you still have that giant catfish here? Okay, let's go, guys. He didn't know anything about it. There. Okay, so we're real close to penguins. Okay, so does that mean we go that way?
Yeah, you go left.
That way? Okay.
Penguins.
Yeah, now that we're at the train, I think we're headed toward the penguin house. The little guys are very excited about seeing that. Mary Elizabeth, Caleb, Peter, David, they've got all sorts of storylines going on in their heads about the penguins. And then I'm hoping we still hit the hippopotamus and rhinoceros area. So we'll see how far we get before everybody poops out. Oh, here we found it, guys. Penguins. Penguins. Oh, no. Look at this, guys. Oh, now they really don't look real. They're standing like this. And don't they look fake? And then all of a sudden they move. Isn't that funny? Hey, look, you guys, you can see it swimming.
Wow, look at it
swimming.
sail.
That guy's eating.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't look possible the way they jump out, isn't it?
How do they do
just
that?
zoom
They have
out.
so much speed.
Yeah, it's really amazing. They're really beautiful animals and funny animals.
Look, this one's looking right in the eye, David. Man, you're that close to penguin. Isn't that weird?
I guess feeding time is only a few minutes away.
Hey guys, they feed the penguins right back out there where we were.
They turned the waterfall off. That might be a good sign.
Uh-oh, the penguins look expectant. It's really something to watch the penguins, and they're actually taking a fish in right after another, not chewing, just kind of, it just kind of goes in like a chainsaw or something. I don't know what it looks like, but it's a funny sight. Okay, now, which way we go now, guys?
Where's the catfish?
Oh, there's a hippo.
There's a hippo.
Where's the catfish?
We still have not found a giant catfish. I know we've seen here before. I don't know where it is. And so, but we're headed farther from the penguin area now that catfish wasn't here. We gotta be someplace with water, you know, but where could it be? We can't find it.
We generally want to go that way. I guess try this way.
Okay, follow Daddy, guys. He's good with directions.
That way. We just entered the children's zoo. It's really pretty in here. The children's zoo is also, we're hoping, where the catfish display would be. We're kind of running out of places to look for the catfish, so we're hoping we stumble upon them here.
Hi, do you happen to know, do you have a giant catfish someplace in the zoo? I think passed away. Oh, he died? Oh, shoot. We just found out that the catfish that we were looking for, Big Daddy, evidently died last year. Yeah, poor little guy. Poor little guy, he weighs more than you do.
I think I said it was 82 pounds, but we're too late.
They called him the Big Daddy of the catfish, but they said there's some more fish up here too. So Luke's going to see if he can find. I bet they're big. Why don't we go check? Uh-oh, I think I see someplace that fish go. Look. How would you like to catch a fish this big at home? Oh boy. Well, Dave, are these big enough for you?
No.
Are these bigger than our fish at home?
Yeah.
Hey, David, are you kind of sad we can't see that big catfish? Yeah, do you kind of wish we could? Well, you know, this might leave enough time for us to see the hippopotamus. And that they get another big fish here, would you want to come back and see it?
Yeah. If we find out that there is one, we'll go here.
Then we should come back, okay? He said sometime when we're not coming here and we find out there is one here, then we should come back here to see it. So he's happy now. I don't think that's meant for 6 people. Frog parking only, all others will be towed. That sounds like something John would say.
Maybe a Philippism.
A Philippism? That sounds like Johnism to me. Let's see, yeah, let me know if you see a waterfall. That'll help. Oh, I hear a waterfall. That's a good sign. Uh-oh, here they come. Tell me what the biggest thing you see in here is. Let's see, I see some big catfish. Is that the biggest thing you see in here? Keep looking. Do you see anything big in here? Uh-oh, I see something big.
Oh, there is.
I think we see something. It seems a little bit bigger than a catfish to me. David, is that bigger than a catfish, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, he's going in the water, guys. Look, he's about to enter the water. And see, you were thinking of a catfish was big, David. Does this beat catfish? I know. Can you believe it? Look at him. Look at him. Oh, now that's bigger than a catfish I ever saw. Look at that. I would say that those giant hippopotamuses.
Hippos.
Yeah, hippos, thank you. Who lots of hippos made up for the lack of a catfish. So, okay, David, are you happy we got to see the hippos at least?
I'm not happy because of the catfish.
But are you happy because of the hippos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, to me, the hippos were a lot more fun than seeing a catfish.
It was a great time. We saw so many different animals. I would think the highlight of the trip has got to be seeing those penguins. The little guys love the penguins, and it was just a really interesting to see all of those big penguins dive into the water and swim around. Kind of heartbroken for David hearing that his catfish died last year. So tragically hearing that from the zoo workers. But I think he'll be okay. I think he's starting to heal from that. All in all, it was a great trip, and I think the kids are going to remember it for a long time.
Well, guys, now you know the conclusion and what happened with Big Daddy the catfish. He lived a wonderful life, and he got to be a very big catfish, a lot larger than most catfish get to be. One quick catfish story. We actually stocked our pond on the main family property a few years ago. Did you guys know there is such a thing as albino catfish? I had no idea. I went to this fishing, this place. It's the first time I stocked the pond on my own. They're almost transparent. So it's really interesting. I put a bunch of them in our pond. Now, I'm not sure if they survived. I've never caught one. I haven't heard of anybody in our family catching one. But you guys ought to look that up. They're pretty interesting creatures. So if you ever come out to our place and fish, tell me if you catch one, because I've never seen one caught before, and I want to see what they look like grown up. Because when I put them in, they were about that big. If they lived, they're probably 3 or 4 pounds, that big or so. Anyway, that's a quick fish story, guys. I'm not really a fisherman, but I love the outdoors, and I love my albino catfish, and would love to see them again someday.